What's up? All right, so I want to address a common issue that people have when it comes to manifesting. It goes like this. Let's say you have a dream, a goal, which is good. You plan it all out and you think of all the logical steps that you need to take in order to reach it. And then you go for it. You take action. In other words, you do everything you think you're supposed to do. But it doesn't manifest. So what happened when you did everything right? Can you relate? Shoot, I've been there. Now check out this quote from Neville Goddard. It's a good one. It'll definitely shed some light on this. Here it is. Ready? All my reasonable plans and actions will never make up for my lack of continuous imagination. I'll say it again. All my reasonable plans and actions will never make up for my lack of continuous imagination. Sit with that for a bit. Interesting. Because here's the thing. We're taught that planning and taking action and working really, really hard, that's how you create success, right? Right? So we're told. But Neville's saying that's not how it works. He's saying that no amount of doing any of that stuff can replace what's happening in your imagination. That's wild, you know what I'm saying? Because that goes against what most people think. So why would Neville say that? It's simple. It's because he's convinced, and so am I, that imagining creates reality. But what about planning, Josh? What about taking action? Again, imagining creates reality. Not planning, not taking action. Now, don't misunderstand this and be like, okay, I guess I'll just sit back and do nothing then. Actions don't matter. Hold up. Let me explain. Think about this. Everything you've ever accomplished in life, before it ever happened, started where? In your imagination. Even little things like deciding what you're going to wear today. Before taking the action of putting on your clothes, you imagine it first. Or deciding to drink a glass of water. Before taking the action of walking towards the fridge, you imagine it first. Or wanting to get groceries at the supermarket. Before taking the action of getting into your car and driving there, you imagine it first. That's not hard to understand. Now take that and apply it to the so-called bigger things, like your dream job, your new car or home, a relationship, your health, etc. The way you imagine those things right now is shaping how they unfold in your life. But someone can say, I did that. I imagined, I visualized, but nothing happened. Like I said, it's the way you imagine those things. Remember, when Neville says imagining, he's talking about feeling it. Not just thinking about it, but feeling it. Because you can see an image in your head and still not believe, still not feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. Okay, but let's say you did feel it, but still nothing. What's up with that? And so this next part is where a lot of people trip up, where they get stuck, where they imagine the life they want, they even feel it for a couple of minutes, but then they don't do what? They don't do it continuously. They don't do it continuously. For example, they're struggling with money. So they start imagining what it's like to be wealthy. They even start feeling it for a couple of minutes. But then the rest of the day, they're feeling that lack and scarcity, spending way more time imagining what's wrong than what could go right. And so yeah, their imagination's working, that's for sure, but not in their favor. So Neville is not just saying, imagine just once and you're done. Although it's possible, if you're able to feel it naturally right away. But most people don't. And since they don't, he's telling you to keep imagining and living in that feeling all the time until it feels natural to you. Is this making sense? So what about action? Is taking action necessary? And, usually when you think like that, you'll ask, what do I need to do to make it happen? And I get it. Action's good. But action, listen, without the right imagination is just busy work. Like I said earlier, you can do all the right things and still not get the results that you want. Your actions will never override a negative inner state. Okay? Never. I'll use an example of money again. Let's say you want to manifest more of it. So you take on extra shifts, start a side hustle, read all the finance books. But deep down, you still see yourself as struggling. Someone who's struggling. And you're actually feeling that. Well then, your imagination is still holding on to lack. And because imagination always wins, guess what? You'll keep experiencing that same struggle. You'll keep experiencing that same struggle no matter how much effort you put in. Action alone won't cut it. All right, so here's how to make this work for you. Here's what you can do. First off, pay attention. Start becoming aware of what you're imagining most of the time. So throughout the day, ask yourself, what am I assuming to be true now? What am I feeling? If you find yourself worrying and doubting, don't judge it. Just notice it. That's it. Just notice it. That's the first step, awareness. And then the second, practice shifting it consciously. Like if you catch yourself imagining things you don't want, instead of trying to force yourself to think positively, just pause. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Just close your eyes for a few seconds and just imagine already having what you want. Imagine already having what you want. Again, not just saying it, but feeling it. The relief of it all. And do this all throughout the day when necessary. Before going to bed, first thing in the morning, whenever you notice yourself slipping into that old story. And then trust the process. I really mean that. Don't worry about the how. Just trust what you did. Trust what you did. Remember what you did. And as you remain in that state, that feeling, you may be inspired with some ideas, some planning. And if you do take some action, you'll be led to do so in a normal, natural way, because it'll be flowing from your imagination, from the feeling. So planning and action are secondary. Imagination is the cause. It's where everything starts. You see that? So if you're going to focus on anything, focus on that. Focus on what you're imagining. Because I'm telling you, those small shifts done consistently will change everything. It'll change everything. Because you get what you believe. Yeah. All right, if you appreciate this message, hit that like and subscribe button and that bell to help support this channel. And if you're ready to live the life you really want, click the link below to learn more about Law of Assumption and Law of Attraction Mastery. I've got a special promo going on for both of my courses today, so check it out and grab it while you can. Like I always say, more's coming. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.